Hello, the state television company Western Armenia represents the most important news for today. Western Armenia is mentioned in international law and treaties. The ruins were found in Lake Arin, the medieval churches of Varzahan. Turkey has banned the entry of Canadian journalists. Peaceful residents are returning to southern region of Lebanon. Film about strength and resistance of women in Artsakh. The book reveals Armenia's 8,000 letters. Western Armenia is mentioned in international law and treaties, recognized by state in the context that Turkish genocide was carried out. Human rights defender Larissa Leverdian referred to Nikol Pashinyan's recent statement and emphasized it contradicted the logic of international law. In recent days, the Armenian government's possibility to withdraw the lawsuit filed against Azerbaijan in the International Court has appeared in the center of discussion. Leverdian notes about this. It is practically impossible to interpret such statements because they lack logical, legal, or historical foundations. They are aimed at encouraging ignorance. Lake Arin is situated in the ancient territory of Western Armenia in Bitlis. In the process of the decrease in the water level, structures have been discovered here, dated to the Urartian era. The discovered 172-meter-long harbor wall and other structures are evidence of the transport and trade routes of the Urartian era. Scientists assume these structures may be related to other ports around Lake Fana at the same era. This discovery is important as it is connected to an area which has a historical part of Western Armenia that is currently under Turkish occupation. This discovery can serve as an important evidence to state that Armenians belong to the territory, and we can prevent the distortion of history carried out by Turkey, as it happened before. In the village of Varzahan in the Erzurum province of Western Armenia, the ruins of two medieval churches stand, which are evidence of the glorious past of Armenian architecture. The basic site of the church still reflects the spiritual heritage of Armenian architecture despite the traces left by the time and invaders. Hovannes Kajaznuni is the architect of these structures, whose works are distinguished by artistic elegance and high engineering skill. Today, the churches of Varzahan are silent witnesses of the glorious past, which are not only the cultural wealth of the Armenian ethnic group, but also of the entire humanity. This heritage deserves international attention and restoration. Turkey has banned Canadian journalist Neil Hauer from entering the country. The journalist illuminated the ethnic cleansing Baku carried out in Artsakh. The journalist wrote on his X page as follows. He had gone to Turkey from Yerevan for the touring purpose, but he was detained and informed that he was on the blacklist. They sent him back to Armenia 16 hours later. I have doubts that this ban was imposed at request of Azerbaijan, or at least with their involvement. I have covered Baku's actions in Artsakh and that the ethnic cleansing carried out by the Aliyev regime, wrote the journalist. After the ceasefire came into force between Israel and Lebanon's Hezbollah, civilians began to return to the southern region of Lebanon. Despite this, the Israel military urged them not to hurry, not to approach Israel locations. Announcing the ceasefire yesterday, U.S. President Joe Biden emphasized that Israel has the right to resume operations in Lebanon in the case if the pro-Iranian group violates the terms of the ceasefire. The head of the White House emphasized displaced residents from the southern regions of Lebanon and Israel will be able to safely return to their homes in the next 2 months. The conflict with Hezbollah escalated parallel with the war in Gaza 2023, and the attacks on each other did not stop all this time. Let's remind, 2 months ago, Israel launched a massive air attack in Lebanon, regularly targeting the capital Beirut, and this was followed by Israel's ground operation in the border area. During this period, more than 3,000 people were killed in Lebanon. Most of them were civilians. Emily Mugarchan, a writer, producer, director, and talented storyteller, through her art presents the heroic stories about the women of Artsakh. Her touching and symbolic film There Was Not covers the lives of 4 Armenian women who had exceptional strength and resistance during the war. Mugarchan was born in the USA, studied creative literature, and then lived in Armenia for 10 years. She worked at Bars Media, applying her talent for visual storytelling. Her interest in cinema developed while working with Tigran Hamasyan. The movie There Wasn't is about pain, loss, and destruction, but at the same time it is a testimony of hope and endurance. The film shows the beauty of Artsakh and the unbreakable will of its people. It inspires people to believe in seeing Artsakh free and unfettered. For more information about the film, you can follow Emily's Instagram page and her website. The book reveals Armenians' 8,000 letters who survived the Turkish pogroms of the 1890s. In 2021, an exclusive book was published in Yerevan, which presents the handwritten letters of Armenians who survived the pogroms organized by Sultan Abdulhamid II in 1894. The author of the book is Varzahan. She, for the first time, makes public the testimonies of 200 survivors from 28 villages of Musho-Bulang province. These heartbreaking letters were addressed to the Catholicos of all Armenians, to ask for help. The letters described the unspeakable violence carried out by the Turkish authorities, as a result of which thousands of Armenians lost their homes and relatives. On the other hand, the Center for the Preservation of Ancient Armenian Manuscripts planned to publish the remaining 8,000 letters in the near future. These books document not only the terrible pages of the genocide against the Armenians, but also gives opportunity to present generations to discover their roots in Western Armenia. Dear viewers, this was all for today. I wish you a good day. Goodbye.